Hello, I'm Mahendra Kumar Sao, and today in this video, I'm going to explain where, let, and const, and the difference between null and undefined. So let's start. Okay, I will gonna explain declaration, initialization, and scope of where, let, and const, how hosting works with each difference in block scope versus function scope. Exp- and also I will explain undefined and null, default and uninitialized, internationally empty user values. At least one code example so you know difference clearly. Uh, so firstly I will gonna see with declarations of where, let, and const. So in JavaScript, we can declare variable with where declaration. JavaScript we can declare a variable with var let and const. Um, Before ES6, we only had a var, but when ES6 introduced as the first time, var let and const has been added in the JavaScript, and they perform differently. So we can declare the value with var name as Mahi. Same we can do with letter. Same we can do with let. Also, we can declare let. We can't redeclare a variable with the uh, different keywords. So if I have already declared name, then second will be name to as uh, common, and after that I can declare const name tree as Jia, and in JavaScript when we declare the variable, it stores in memory functions as in memory component of whenever. Let me clear first. In memory component where will be stored with undefined, let and const will also will go to the temporal get shown. They will also initialize, but it will go to the temporal get shown. Firstly, when we will declare this let and const, and when after that, so this is the difference between them. Then we will come to the initializations. When we initialize the value with var, uh, we can, if like, we have declared a value like var name as Mahi, then also again we can reinitialize that value as a name is equal to uh, let's take Aman again, and if I have a like, name 2 is equal to Aman, then I can change the value of name 2 because it was also initialized with the letter, so name 2 can be reinitialize with different variables as he, but in the const, when it comes to the const, we can't reinitialize a value because it's not allowed. Once we have did this, we can't reinitialize it. It's, so this is what so this is what const can do, can reinitialize. Okay, and after that we will come to the scope. Um, if we will come to the scope, then where is functional scope and let points are of the scope means curly bracket. Uh, I'm gonna explain it with an example. Let's take an example. I'm gonna take a simple example. Uh, let the name. Let's create a block first, and here let the name will be my, and when I will console name, okay, it will show me as reference error. It will throw an error because we have let is a block scope. Let is a block scope, and we can't access this after the block. And same thing happened with const, but in the var, if I will gonna write this same, we have declared this with var, then it will it will uh, see it will give a value my, because where is a functional scope, it can't be accessed after the function. So this is the difference between var, let, and const. So I hope you have understand it. Let's go to the how hosting works with each other. Let's see how hosting happens with each other. So the next topic is hosting. Uh, with WAN, hosting happen with undefined, source undefined, and with let and const to goes to a temporal tag on. So let's see how it happens. So in JavaScript, whenever run is code, all the variables and functions go to the top of the code, and after that, the code goes to run. So let's see an example. Let name will be Mahi, and if I will call the name for its execution, it will throw an reference error because of temporal dead zone. It will go to the temporal dead zone. Let and const generally go with a temporal dead zone, and the same thing will be happen with const also. It will also show a temporal dead zone because it's JavaScript. They don't store their they don't declare as undefined, but when I will declare the value with var, it will show it will return a undefined value. Let console.log. Key, and key will be si. So whenever I will console here, it will show undefined, because in JavaScript, whenever we declare a variable, it declares as the undefined in memory. Okay, and difference in scope versus functional scope. So in functional scope, everything which ends with everything which ends with curly bracket, it is scope, and in functional scope, create a function which return something. So this this functions is also this function is itself a block scope. So that's it is not a big topic. And let's see the difference between undefined definition of undefined default and initialize and explanation of null. So like we have seen in this example, like we have seen this in this example, uh, undefined occur with when I try to when I try to uh, call it before the initialize. So uh, uh, in this is a default this is the default behavior of the JavaScript. It throws and we don't initialize a value with undefined, but in JavaScript, it gives us as a we can say it's like an error, but not an error. It it by gives the system default uninitialized value. So and for the null, uh, it null uh, don't null don't gives by the system, but we initialize the variable with null as a non as a no value. So we can see like a const name. I have declared a value, but when I go to the scope and I try to um, where I go to the with left, here I am trying to access that name and initialize a value name here. So this is what we can do with null, or we can actually redeclare initialize a value with null. So it can do as const name is null. So this is what we can do, and we can use that name after that in the code. So this uh, so as written we can say null initialized by the user intentionally intentionally defined by the user. Okay. And one more thing, if we will compare these both, and if we will console the undefined with null, then it will show true because What's the value of both are okay. But if we would strictly check with the undefined with null, then it will return false. False because the type is different. Undefined. In JavaScript, undefined types is undefined. This is a historical error or mistake we can say of the JavaScript, and null's value is unobserved because everything in JavaScript is observed. But in the undefined case, its value is undefined. This is the an error of JavaScript. So, so this is all in this code. I hope you have understood. I have what I have explained you. So thank you to watch this video.